Hello, hello. Leo. You might hear background noise still, being that my window's open and I live in an urban area. Okay, so all those details are panning out for something, huh? They're making you realize what's worth it, what's not worth it, what's worth especially your very ripe, raw energy this season. You're realizing what makes you feel like you've become stuck or become trapped in a certain area or arena, and now you're giving yourself this pep talk. Now different things are coming in. Probably by the time, probably like next week or so, by the new moon in Gemini on the 30th, for sure, this will all come to a culmination, but I'm sure you'll get through some of it. Um, and have been kind of in this space already, possibly. So these 3/8 too are huge for a number of reasons. They show that sign is the infinite potential. So like you have infinite potential, and yeah, you put it into these areas, but you want all of it, and you're very much not afraid to let it go. That is one of the waning, or I believe that's the waning or the waxing moon. I'm sorry, I don't know which one that crescent moon is at this moment, but it's a part of releasing when you're getting full or you're getting empty, and you're coming to a point where you're um, full enough in one area of your life where you're kind of ready to let go and create space in another area, perhaps. And you're juggling a lot, but you come to a decision. You come to this part of you that is ready to walk away from what you've worked upon in a certain area up until now, because ultimately it's leading you somewhere you don't, leading you back to the same, perhaps, conclusion. And what comes around is another opportunity or an insight that you gain, maybe through an external source. It could be through someone who you see as fluidly moving through their life, and whatever obstacle comes their way, they kind of just move forward and they do it. Or you get some really good advice just from even a third party. However, I do believe this is you telling yourself, look at what you've done and how much power you yield when you're able to take it all back. When you're able to understand that if you're looking towards the Ace of Cups and you're willing even to let go, some of you, of this Knight of Cups and go for this, the Queen of Cups on the other side is saying, yeah, welcome into a space where you trust yourself so much that you put, you roll the dice on yourself. You take a gamble on yourself, even in a bigger way. This could also be this communication between the side of you that knows that your creative energy, what you're going for, is worth something more. It's becoming more clarity, like solid. Even though water is liquid, it's becoming it's transmuting. So the Queen of Wands has it's creating the idea, and now it's transmuting into who you are, who you're becoming. And this Mercury retrograde, it's wrapping up certain things and starting new things for you. Not for everybody, but it is for you. And you're maybe even you may even be reflecting slightly on that, like very quickly, when Mercury, by the time Mercury goes into Taurus, it may become very clear to you that you're making the right decision. I learned recently that the cat here is protecting, in protection mode. And if you look at that cat, it looks as though it's in protection mode. And then you have the two lions overhead fight, like almost going at each other, but it doesn't have to be fighting, right? But this is about you going head to head with yourself and how much you're able to have faith in yourself. And this could be even protecting you, that you turning away from even an opportunity that appears to be good, you may take it as whether it's a pep talk or that giving more to yourself. It could be that the acknowledgement from this kind of person, whoever that is, gives you enough faith in itself. Just that it's a symbol, it's more symbolic, again, that word. And then we come to the Magician energy, this transmutation and this fix that you're looking at, in this full cup that you've been feeling more and more headed towards and more recently, especially this month. You'll go in and out of that yang and yin space if you really take into account everything that we're talking about here through the cards. And what it is Gemini season can be for you. It can be this time to disperse many different seeds, and yet some are growing, and then you can disperse some more. You're able to utilize the tools on your table regardless of whoever decides you shouldn't hang this up, or whoever thinks differently of what you're doing. You're just ready. You know it in yourself. You feel super secure in that answer, and you receive a very clear sign as well. This could be very much too that Mars going into Aries was very prominent for Cancer as well, which is interesting. But Mars going into Aries, Mercury going in, going direct by the 3rd of June, will still be in Taurus, and then right before that, the 24th of May, Mars will be going into Aries, and here you have these three dynamic creatures, or people, I keep saying creatures, but these three dynamic people that represent a powerful change within, a powerful change that when you decide this, your whole life changes around you. And I think you're ready for that kind of change. It's really very clear here that you are ready and prepared for some sort of change in that way, in that structure. And it may, in like the Mars and Aries almost gives you that drive, that extra oomph, and the Libra Justice, which is also Libra, another air sign, is giving you that extra wind. You didn't know if you had it in you, and now you still do, because you actually really, like, you've really let go of something big for you. And I think that's the remnants of the eclipse rolling out for you from now until end of November. You'll have this direction even when things get foggy. The reason why that shows up is to make, are you sure you want this? Are you sure you're ready for this? I learned that these are basically the same things, and it's asking you again. You'll get to that point, you're like, wow, look how close that cycle is. Well, it's ending this one that's big in your heart, that's ready to be set free, and you finding the confidence, because a lot of everyone the past few months has a theme that I've noticed is that each sign is feeling unsettled to some extent. Hold on one second. Remnants of things that I'm cleaning in my sink. All right. So you notice that it's parallel or mirroring. So this is a 6 and this is a 4, and they almost mirror each other. That you'll have to, even though it's unsettling, moving forward is the best thing you can do, because again, just like these 3 cups aren't like they've done the job, but they're not enough for what you're really wanting, and you just keep getting reassurance along the way, and that's just what you need right now. And if that's what you need, just give it to yourself. You could be proud and still get the reassurance that you need to continue the path that you're on and to show you the way forward. You just need to be really sure at this point, especially by the third week by the third week of Gemini season, by that last and final stretch there, you're gonna, like, things are really gonna change, especially when things go direct. They're really gonna go direct for you, and it's bringing you a lot of energy. If there is a Sagittarius in your life, it's possible that they are the ones coming and reassuring you time after time. And even if it's you responding like no to a yes or no question, or even if it's you responding the same way to something that they're offering you, it's showing you how sure you are about where you're going. But I do feel like this is more Mercury and your skills more than anything. And then the Emperor here, if there's an Aries or Libra in your life, they're very much like what's on the other side. They may be people that you either respect or look to in order to keep things going to you. Maybe they give you advice. Maybe they, pull that pep talk even further and make you feel so secure about these things. At the same time, though, Leo, these could be people who are keeping you stuck, and these are the people that you need to move on from. These are the situations you need to move on from. Even if they're giving you the advice you used to think you needed, now you just kind of see them as place in your life for that only, and they don't really add up to what you're going for now, and that's okay to move on from certain things for now. However, I do feel like you might be being harder on yourself than they even are. It's possible that you just are emphasizing certain things, and things can get crossed. Like, as much as we do communicate, we can't communicate well in Gemini season. We can also over communicate, nothing wrong with that. But then there's some people who really are communicating something like passive aggressively or not to the total honest truth. So I think that you find a voice and a reasoning for yourself by the end of the month. In conclusion, it allows you to move on from anything that left you feeling unworthy or doubtful of your power that you have, and you're able to control it and wield all of your creations much easier this month if you just keep your head and your heart connected and keep them together. It's hard when there's fear or anxiety around, but take that as like some kind of sign. Ask yourself, like, where is this actually coming from? And it's because you know that you need to do certain things to give back to yourself and give to yourself and give to your creative side, give to the parts of you that fill you up, whatever that means for you, a chance to really just have a break and do as you wish right now, not just what you think you need to do. Okay? And you'll keep just getting this reassurance along the way, whether it's from people that are around you at any given time and you're just so happen to be talking about something, but it really makes sense to what you're going through and you realize, like, wow, that actually applies here. It's a beautiful thing to be able to feel and hear and have so many people in your life like that, regardless if they're directing it at you or directly related to you in that moment. It's still there for you to recognize and realize. So I would take that as a plus regardless. But just know that certain parts of you are going to be strengthened this month and other parts are going to need flexibility. You know, we're in a mutable season and your fixed nature and is being asked to continue this shift in a way that actually works for you without needing overstimulation, because that's like the theme of the month, I've realized. All right, Leo, and we will see you next month.